Call of Duty Infinite Warfare X-eon loadout setup. Anyway, the X-eon is a neat weapon. It's a pretty good assault rifle overall. It just has that crazy weird factor of being able to ramp up the fire rate just by aiming down sight. I don't mean holding the trigger while you fire, aim down sight, but I mean just aim down sight and it fires faster. Hip fire fires slowly. Anyhow, the way I like my X-eon, well, I'd probably go with a reflex or elo, but I really like the iron sights. Well, I should say iron holographic sights. I'm not sure because well, they highlighted enemies like, hey, it's a free red dot sight, and it doesn't consume a little uh, point loadout point. Anyhow, then you have the foregrip quick draw standard for me. Then we have the stock. I noticed that most of the time I'm going to be aiming down sights. So having that stock really ramps up the mobility and helps out when I need it. And then particle amp. Well, when it comes to assault rifles, you really need range. And yeah, to just be good at just about any situation. I can actually uh, I actually want to change out the particle amp for something, maybe the laser sight, ram servo, or Faraday slug. I'm not sure about that fusion mag. Like, it doesn't actually well, does give you a little bit more ammo, but you don't really need it unless you're going on a crazy nuke streak. But then you have scavengers, so yeah. Anyhow, then there's suppressor. Suppressor just drops the range. It's not for me. Anyhow, I have the laser sight is pretty good since the hipfire accuracy is already pretty accurate. I don't think you really need it. And then a ram servo. Ram servo gives you a little bit more damage to score streaks, which can be helpful, especially if they revamp Mayhem again. Do it. Anyhow, and also lets the rounds ricochet one more time, and probably net you one kill you wouldn't really get. Maybe. And the Faraday slug, well, more damage on headshots. Who does not like that? Well, unless, well, you keep missing your headshots. Yeah. But hey, I play Destiny, and headshots are for everything. And anyhow, uh, I'd say the stock and the quick draw, foregrip, and stock are mostly the ones I'm going to probably stick to because, well, foregrip and quick draw are standard for me, and the stock, well, it just helps out with the actual advantage here is ramping up the fire rate when you aim down sight. So the particle amp is more for just, like, what's the playstyle, what's the map? You can switch it out just before the match if you know what map are you going to be in. If you're going to be in a close quarter map, well, go ahead and get laser sight or ram servo. Long range, little bit longer range map, particle amp, and if you're just going around and just a practical everything loadout, I'll probably put Faraday slug or particle amp or ram servo. Like, they're both, all three of those are pretty good. The laser sight I'm kind of iffy about because sometimes you actually want that inaccuracy to net you that kind of awkward kill, but yeah, as the hipfire is so accurate, it might actually be a bad thing. I'm not sure. But it can always be a good thing. And I'm not sure if it ramps up the damage while you're hip firing. Like, if it did, well, it kind of just, well, it'll be a good hip fire. But I'm not sure if it ramps up the damage at all if you're hip firing. At all. So, yeah. Anyway, the X-eon is quite the weapon. And as for secondary weapons for me, well, I don't really use any. You can probably slap a launcher in there, maybe. Especially for, like, Mayhem taking down all those all those robots and whatnot, Titan falling in. Then you have perks, dexterity, it's standard stuff. I'll run attack resistance, hardline, momentum, or scavenger. It depends on what the situation and what I want the loadout for. And I either go gun ho or pinpoint. I don't really sound horde, like headset, not that great. So yeah, I go gun ho or pinpoint. Gun ho obviously for the hip fire bonus, but it's not all that great. So pinpoint is also pretty good, so you can actually highlight enemies without aiming down sights, and also if the enemy's outside the little radical area. Other than that, the dead silence is one very good perk, and hardwired is a situational perk, so maybe put it in a loadout if you're using this X-eon loadout for like iffy situation. And anyway, lethals, tacticals I don't really have right now since I had to take them both out to put the particle lamp. Well, anyway, smack that like button, hit the sub, drop the comment, and I'll see you guys later for another video on the channel. I'm out of here.